Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for joining me in 2021. It's finally here. We made it through 2020. I know all of you are sad to see 2020 go. Not really me though. I'm pretty excited for 2021. So let's dive right into the gear. I am retiring in 2021. Stuff that I'm not gonna be taking out on the trail with me anymore. Things that maybe you currently use. So you can find out why I have gone away from them and what I've switched to right here in this video. If you're new to the channel, we're Outdoor Vitals. My name is Tayson Whitaker. I'm the founder here. And on this channel, we try to help you live ultra light, which basically means we get you out on the trail more comfortably and confidently, get you believing in your gear more, help you be more minimalist, all that type of stuff. If you're interested in that and getting out, backpacking, hiking, traveling, whatever it is, stay tuned to this channel, hit subscribe, and click the bell notification. With that, let's dive right into the gear I'm retiring in 2021. Number one on the list is headlamps. I'm no longer using headlamps. No, just kidding. It's cheap headlamps. This one, I don't even know this brand. If I can get it to turn off. Sunri. Over the years, I've used a lot of cheap headlamps from retailer, just walk into your local discount store and I pick up a headlamp off the shelf and I just roll with it. Or going to Amazon and I buy whatever looks like the best and I'm like, sweet, this is the best price and the most lumens and the best battery hours and all that kind of stuff. But especially this year, I put a hard no on any cheap quality headlamps. When I'm going out there, I'm just not gonna use a headlamp that is not a name that I know. Something such as Black Diamond or Petzl or something like that. So this year, I switched to this Black Diamond. I'm gonna forget the name of this sucker, so we might have to put it on the screen or something. Mainly the whole purpose that I wanted this one for is it took very few batteries. So I like to have backup batteries and then you've got the batteries in here. So instead of having 3 batteries in this thing, which ended up meaning I carry 6 batteries, I went with the 2 battery one, which means I end up carrying 4 batteries for my 2 backups. The other thing is, see that? Yeah, you see that? That is the best light on the whole flashlight. That's the lock light. So I have to hold both of these down and bam, I got a light now, right? It's the best thing ever. Anyways, having that lock button as well as just being able to trust the components inside of my flashlight and know that I'm not gonna be out on the trail and have this thing die on me, which I had so many die on me, has been a game changer. And that's why cheaper quality headlamps are done. They're out for 2021. All right, number 2 on the list, Sawyer water filters. I know these things like changed the game in water filters and everyone is so stoked about them. They're the best thing ever. And they can filter 100 million, quadrillion, quazillion gallons of water and nothing else out there can do it. Well, personally, I've never had one ever filter that much water. They've always given me problems. I'm constantly just spending so much time filtering the water and being frustrated with this thing and back flushing it, everything. Had so many issues. I don't even know where to begin. How many times I've had just issues with this filter, like plugging, or I'm having to use someone else's. In fact, I used to carry, and I still do carry aqua tabs to treat water if my filter fails, just because they're so light. It's a great backup to have. The amount of times I used to have to use those was kind of ridiculous, and it was because of filters like this. So this puppy is going away in 2021 and is replaced with the Katadyn. The Cadillac is what I should call this thing. This thing's flow rate is off the charts compared to any Sawyer I've personally used. I know people try to argue it and there's pros and there's cons and this and that, but for me personally, the extra cost of the Katadyn is well worth it. So if you're interested in getting a water filter, I would stay clear of this. This thing is getting retired in 2021. Number 3 on the list is massive, huge, clunky pots like this one. No, just kidding. It's actually pots like this that are big and clunky. Yes, that's a part of it. But the bigger part of this thing is if you can see right here, there are fins that go around the bottom of this. These are like heat sinks. So essentially they're gonna capture heat, transfer it into the pot and boil water faster. Yes, it does work, but I'm still retiring any pots like this and others for the time being because I don't find that the weight payoff is really worth it. I don't really get that much faster boil times. Maybe someone will come out someday with a much lighter pot that's going to have these heat sinks. Yes, I have used jet boils. I no longer have them. I've given them away because I don't like them. I don't use them as much. And so yeah, for me, any of these heat sink things or just a bigger pot in general, it's getting retired in 2021 and it is getting replaced by, drumroll please, the Toques. The Toques pots are exactly what I need. They're so stinking minimal, right? They barely have these little handles, which sometimes you gotta be careful. I have burnt myself pretty good. I always angle these upwind after a few good burns. You'll learn the same after you do the same. Anyways, it's a very minimalist pot. I can boil 2 cups of water in this. That's all I ever need. And so this is all that I use. Got a nice little handle here. The whole point of this is the burn time on this is not that much slower than one with the heat sink. And so I'm getting rid of any of the heat sink products going forward in 2021. They're retired. So, sticking with this theme of cook systems, what's the next thing I'm retiring? Was this number 3? 1, 2, 3. The 4th thing I'm retiring this year is this sweet, sleek, super light, super tricky stove from Vargo. This thing looks awesome. And you see how these like fold in so sleek? I really like the design of this thing. The function just wasn't there. This does not put out nearly as much heat as other products I have, such as, which I'm sure you've seen. If you haven't seen, go check out our video from earlier this year called The Best Ultralight Cook System, ? Which I'm gonna link right up here. Go check that out, but I show you this stove. So I went from this to this. The boil time, I should say, is significantly faster with this. This thing's heat output is just so much more superior than this. You know, somehow this got me into alcohol stoves. Like, I liked it, and I'm, I guess, a pyro because I was interested in it, even though the burn times were so stinking slow. And even though I could burn an S-bit tab on this side and these cool features, right? But somehow I still liked alcohol stoves. And then when I got a hold of this one, I was like, oh my goodness, I've never used this one since. It is retired in 2021. Get out of here. All right, so sticking with the theme of cook systems, I had my Spork right here, and I wanted to quickly cover this. I am retiring a Spork this year. It simply doesn't work for eating very well, and I'm replacing it with titanium chopsticks. Far superior for eating noodles and rice and everything that I like to eat on the trail. Get rid of your Spork and go to chopsticks. No, I'm just kidding. I'm retiring those too, even though I never have used them on the trail. I need to try. I really like chopsticks. What I'm retiring this for is actually just a typical spoon, not a Spork. I've never used the teeth. I've never used the teeth on the Spork before, so why not just have a spoon? And also, I found out this year through use, trial, error, I don't know, that the polishing of the bowl helps significantly to keep it cleaner, especially on the trail. I'm not really one that takes a ton of time to clean and polish everything, but coming pre-polished does help it be faster cleaning. So I am retiring the Spork with no polish bowl or a spoon with the polished bowl. Really quick, here's my shameless plug for this video. If you want any of the Toques items that I have been talking about, you can get them on our website. More importantly, if you're a member of the Live Ultralight membership, which is a quick store credit membership, meaning for $10, you load $10 in the store credit once a month, you get a bunch of discounts, and one of the things that you're gonna get is instant rebates on all of these items, including the Cat O' Nine water filter, including this thing, Cat O' Nine water filter. You'll get rebates back on that. If you're a Live Ultra member, you're gonna save more money. If you want any of these things, head over to outdoorvitals.com and you'll pick them up as well. Okay, shameless plug is over. All right, so my last thing that I'm retiring this year is water bladders. I am through with these. Now, I still use some platypus products, so don't mind that, but just the concept of water bladders are getting retired off of my list. Got a whole video on this, so if you wanna go check that out, click up here. We will link that video. Basically, I just hate the fact that I can't mix drinks in this to get more salts or caffeine or whatever else I want. I can't see very clearly ever without pulling it out how much water I have in here. And with the Cat O' Nine filter, with how effective it is, I should have said this. The Sawyer water filter takes so long to filter. I only gravity filtered. Like, I wasn't about to sit there and try to squeeze that thing. And then I switched to the Cat O' Nine and the flow rate is so much faster that I don't need this whole tricky gravity filter system, right? So getting away from that allowed me to just simply stick with a good old smart water bottle. I'm retiring the water bladder, which you should too, by the way. I'm retiring this sucker. It's gone. Never see it again. 4 smart water bottles. Yes, they're pretty expensive at around like $2 a piece. I think you can scrimp and save and hopefully afford it. Anyways, that's it. That's the list. That's the 5 plus chopsticks things I'm retiring in 2021. So if you think I've made a mistake, comment below. If you think I've retired something I absolutely shouldn't have, I know there's a big raving fan base out there for chopsticks. Let me know in the comments. Maybe you'll convince me and I'll put it in a future video. Leave a comment below. If you liked this video, make sure you're liked and subscribed to the channel, and we're gonna see you guys on the next one.